Alright guys, we have the EZA details for both STR Omega and then of course STR Beerus is indeed getting an EZA. As we all figured, as soon as we saw that Beerus EZA was returning along with Omega Shenron's EZA, we kind of knew that STR Beerus was likely to get one. I thought there was maybe a small chance that the Int Beerus that came out with Super Saiyan 2 Vegeta and Bulma could potentially get an EZA as well, but he did not. It's not really a big deal. I like what they did with STR Beerus. To be honest, I do think he's probably better than Tech Beerus now. I think he's going to be a better option. We'll get to the explanation for him. And then STR Omega Shenron, man. I don't know how good his EZA is, like on the EZA scale, but I could tell y'all I think he's definitely better than Kaioken Blue Goku. He's actually, I think, kind of close to Janemba. Now, there is, you do have to have the enemy be able to have their attack lowered, right? Like, that's very important. But, like, there's most events in the game you can lower enemy attack. It's just like the end of the Legendary Goku event, EZA, and then some Battlefield stages you can't. But, like, most Dokkan events, Super Battle Road, you could lower enemy attack. Like, this Omega Shenron is a true killer for Super Battle Road. So, we're going to look at some translations courtesy of the homie Garesh. Obviously, big shout-outs to him as always. Let's take a look. So, STR type key 400% of stats, like that's something that we knew was already coming. Like, we know how the EZAs for these units, leader skills, is going to look. So, that will make him very good for Dokkan Battlefield, in particular for older players, or newer players, I guess, I don't know. But that's the main, I feel like, value that these EZA units have, is their leader skills are tremendous for Dokkan Battlefield, right? So, Omega lowers all enemy attack by 40%. Now, number one, I'm surprised at this. I did not think they would raise this. I thought that would stay the same. They lowered it they raised it to 40%. That is just, I mean, if you guys ever used Omega Shenron back in the day, like, I feel like people pretty much don't even really use them anymore, because you're not going to use them on the full power team right now. And then obviously you can't use him on the Shadow Dragon Saga team. Those are the only two categories he's on. Because Physical Omega is the leader of that team, and we don't have another leader. Like, there is this guy, sure, and like Oceanus, but they're not true leaders for this team, right? Like, what is it? 77%, and then I think she's 100 with 2 key? 100 with 3 key, but that's not good enough. So, like, you just don't have much use for Omega right now, right? But now with him lowering enemy attack by 40%, like, back in the day, lowering enemy attack by 30% made, like, his STR team was just so ridiculous. Like, having 2 of those Omega Shenrons, like, on each rotation, you just didn't take damage back in the day. And now this man is going to be lowering enemy attack by 40%. Like, even in Super Battle Road, normal attacks just aren't going to be touching you. Like, keep in mind, a Nurse Chi-Chi lowers enemy attack by 74%, I believe it is. Or 77%. I think it's 74%. And with a Nurse Chi-Chi item, you're not taking damage. Well, Omega himself is doing 40%. It's just ludicrous. Then he gets 80% attack and defense. Now, here's the thing with this. He already had 80% attack, right? So they didn't actually buff that. That's not really a big deal whatsoever. Because I think he is still capable of getting close to like a 2 million attack stat even right now. Because, his attack is okay. I'm not going to say it's great. He does have really good links, though. That's the thing with these Shadow Dragon units. I mean, you look at what his EZA stats are. Dude, he's going to have 17k attack. His attack takes a monster jump to his EZA. Oh my goodness. This man has 17k attack and 14k defense. Like, his defense is going to be so freaking high. And especially if you get Big Bad Bosses off, he's crazy. And then this last thing is what really catapults this guy into, like, the different level. So, he gives full power category allies 2 key and 40% attack. Then on SA, he massively lowers defense. Now, the reason this is relevant, again, is because full power is his only team. Because you can't run him on Shadow Dragon Saga right now with no proper leader on that team. Eventually, we're probably going to get like an LR Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta. I think a Sin Shenron that transforms into Omega is another very big possibility. Maybe a Super Saiyan 4 Goku and Vegeta that transform into Gogeta. There are still, like, all the Shadow Dragons, all the, like the Hybrid Saiyans and stuff like that are in that arc. Majub. Like, there's just so many cards that they could do buffed versions of. So many opportunities for a better leader for that team. Honestly, like, this guy he's so much better than Physical Omega. Like, it's not even close. Like he's just way better. That attack lowering, the nice attack and defense. As far as full power goes, so he would be buffing Ultra Full Power Super Saiyan 4 Goku, who I believe also does have shocking speed, does he not? So these two together are going to be just a radical rotation. Oh, we're just not loading today? Okay, that's fine. But this, like, Ultra Full Power Super Saiyan 4 Goku and Omega, they're going to be a fearsome rotation. Like, I know, like, he's not going to give Omega, or he's not going to give Super Saiyan 4 Goku, like, Super Saiyan, Saiyan Roar, Prepare for Battle, things like that. But, like, you're probably going to have a lot of other Saiyans on the team. If you have them floating, you have Omega in slot 1, this guy in slot 2. That will work very well. Now, let's take a look at full power. So, the number one reason that Omega is insane, I've been saying this for a while. If you guys watch my videos, I've been saying that full power is a great category and great team, but it needs a dedicated support type unit. It like, didn't really have one. Like, let's go through. So, like, that Gohan, that Super Saiyan 2 Gohan right here, the tech one is really good, but he's only for certain typings. So he's not, like, he's not able to buff, like, all types of units, which, again, that really hurts. You want, like, a universal buff. I mean, like, Roshi is just STR units. This Frieza is just, movie boss units. So, like, there wasn't really, like, a strong support type unit who was really badly needed. Yeah, Gohan is AGL, Tech, and Physical, which is nice, but no SCR and Int. There are really good SCR and Int units on full power, right? Things like LR Full Power Frieza, LR Cell, LR Bojack, LR Gohan. But now, Omega, you toss him on this team. I mean, again, you can make the case that this Gohan is the third best unit in the game. You could probably make the case that LR Goku and Frieza is the third best unit in the game, too. So, you could say these are the 4 best units in the game, right? I do probably think Super Saiyan 4 Goku is better than Goku and Frieza, but you can make the case that these are the 4 best units in the game. And they're all in one team, and now they're going to have a support type unit who hits them all, which is Omega Shenron. 40% attack? It's a lot. And keep in mind with LR Goku and Frieza, right? Remember that in order for them to be at their maximum power output, what do they need? They need the enemy to be in the attack down status. What does Omega do? Starts to turn out by lowering enemy attack. So you could, like, basically do a rotation with them. I know that would seem, crazy, but they do have shocking speed and fierce battle. Plus he's going to give them the 40% attack from his passive, plus the 2 ki from his passive. So he is giving them 4 ki, plus the permanent attack down status, with him there. So, like, he's going to work pretty well with them. And, like, you could easily just build your floaters on the team around units that would link up with them. Like, Evolution Blue Vegeta, LR Kale and Caulifla would work. Just a lot of units like that. And then, boom. Like, it's just done. Like, this is... Oh, STR Omega is such an insane buff to this full power team. It's really, really good. Now, as of right now, it's like, the thing with full power is that the team is basically Dragon Ball Super Broly's team, right? And he also includes movie bosses. So we're able to pull in Turles and then Int Metal Cooler anyway. But, eventually I would imagine full power is going to get separated onto another team, with another category or something like that. So at that point, STR Omega will really be able to shine. But he is like a must-have, a must-use on full power. They made him ludicrous. I can't begin to stress how good he is. Honestly, my initial thoughts are that he's the second best EZA in the game. Maybe I like Tech Gold and Frieza a little bit better, but he's top 3, I would think. For sure. He's crazy. Then we also have STR Beerus. Now, STR Beerus, they did a really good job with him. I really like what they did with STR Beerus. So, leader skill is Tech in STR type, 3 ki, 50% of stats. That's fodder. No reason to worry about that. His passive is Worthy Opponent category Key 2. Gresh did make the correction right there. Key 2, 30% attack and defense. So, already, with the 2 key and the 30% attack and defense that he gives, I think I kind of like this Beerus more than Tech Beerus. The reason why is because these Beerus units, in order for them to be at sort of... Oh, the Worthy Opponent is the rival category, by the way. But in order for them to sort of be at, like, full power or good power... Oh, yeah. LR Beerus and Whis are not on the rival category. That does hurt him, though. Oof, that's a bit weird. That is a bit weird. Okay, so I don't know. I guess I'll pull up Realm of Gods then. Hold on. Here, let me pull up Realm of Gods real quick. But in order for these Beerus units to be really good, you need to pair them up with LR Beerus and Whis, because they share 6 of 7 links. So you're going to get a huge amount of attack power. What, 15, 25, 35, 50% attack from links. Just a ridiculous number, right? But the issue is Ki. Ki is a real problem with the Beerus units because all they have is shocking speed, and LR Beerus doesn't give himself any Ki from his passive, honestly hurting him really bad. I probably would rate Beerus as one of the lower end summonable LRs, even though he can hit really hard, he's got good defense, and he heals. But you just can't consistently get that 18 Ki super. You can't, like because you'd need to get 4 Ki for you know, the other Beerus. Plus, you know, you're gonna have to get 10 Ki for this guy. It's just not realistic. So that's one thing that hurts him. And that's why this Beerus' EZA is going to be so crazy, right? Because he's giving 2 Ki, which really LR Beerus needs, plus a 30% attack and defense to a unit that is already, you know, capable of hitting like a 5 million attack set, I believe, or very high up there like that. And it's just going to be silly now. I think this is probably one of the best rotations in the game, actually, STR Beerus and LR Beerus and Whis. Even though... like the rival category, right? Let's say you're on Realm of Gods. There's a lot of units on Realm of Gods that are not on the rival category. You know, you do have the blue Vegetas, so when they're around, that'll be cool, but that's basically it, right? But if you have him on rotation with LR Beerus, then his passive is kicking in, like, tremendously already. Then he also has 100% defense, which is very high. Again, like, when I was sort of, like, theorizing what this guy's stats could look like, I figured the 200% would not change, right? Like, it's still ridiculously high. Still just a high chance, right? But they gave him 100% defense, which is going to make him real tanky. Then the support type passive, bro, like, he's nuts. I think I do like him better than Tech Beerus. Again, I think Tech Beerus will hit harder than him, probably. But this guy is going to be way better for LR Beerus and Whis, which is kind of like, you know, the big point, because LR Beerus and Whis is better than Tech Beerus. You know, they're better than this STR Beerus. So, like, it's a new unit that really, really works well with them, which I think is really, really good. So, I mean, this is definitely a really big buff, too, for this rival category team, which needs it. I do find this to be probably one of the weaker category teams in the game, because it's pretty much just carried by Piccolo, as the leader, and then all the Vegetas, you know, like the late game Vegetas, and then I guess like Android 17. Like, there's not really a great selection here. Like, we need big time buffs here. You know, something like a Dokkan Fest exclusive Paikohan and Gogeta, who would be on this category team, would be a massive buff to this team, which would really be needed, right? So we'll kind of see what happens in the future. But there we go. So we got 2 EZAs coming, STR Beerus and STR Omega. Both of them are just nuts. They just don't care. Like, lately, these units they're releasing, they just don't care. Like, I will never understand what they were thinking with the 300 million download celebration, where there was nerfs and restrictions in place all over the place. And then, like, they get out of the 300 million download celebration, and it's like Future Gohan, insane. Cooler, one of the best units in the game, literally. Then, like, you know, Kaioken Blue Goku, like, just a stupid EZA. And now Omega and Beerus, like, on that level. And Super Saiyan Physical Gotenks, too. Like, they just don't care right now. Like, I gotta imagine that 5-year anniversary Blue Gogeta is gonna bring an insane power creep or something like that, because they just do not care right now. They are dropping beasts left and right. So, I mean, this is good, though, because Beerus and Omega, you know, these are units that have been around for years and years and years. So a lot of players are going to have these guys, you know, with orbs in them, with, you know, with all kinds of stuff like that. So that's really, really good. Again, let me know what you guys think of these EZAs. Again, I think Omega is probably a top 3, if not top 3, top 5. I know it's only on the full power team that he's going to be good on, and, you know, you have to make sure the enemy could have their attack lowered. But if those 2 things are there, you're on the full power and the enemy can have their attack lowered, Omega is just like, he's insane. So we'll see. I think the data download will probably be tomorrow night. We'll find out how crazy they'll be. Thanks, guys, for watching. I'm very impressed. Dokkan continues to do good with these EZAs, and I'll catch y'all next time.